Hi everyone, welcome back to this beginner series of yoga with me, Orissa. I'm really excited for this class. It is the last class of this beginner series and we're going to be doing a full flow today. So we're going to be putting it all together, all the poses and little sequences and elements that we have learned. We're going to put it all together into a beautiful flow. I might even throw in some new things for you. So all you need is your pillow and your mat if you have one, and your comfy clothes and whatever else you want. We will start our practice in a comfortable seated position, sitting up on a pillow. Let's get on the mat and get into our practice. All right, everyone, so find a comfortable seat sitting cross-legged or on your heels. You can sit up on a pillow, that's encouraged. And lengthen your spine, maybe roll out your shoulders, and then take a really slow, deep breath in through your nose, really into the low belly. Deeply breathe in, and then deeply breathe out. Let's do that again. Breathe in, and breathe out all thoughts of whatever's happening off of your mat. So landing here in the present moment one more time. Big breath in. Deep cleansing breath out. Good. Soften those shoulders. Now just take a moment in stillness to focus on your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose now, and breathing with awareness, mindfulness. Notice how it's feeling when you breathe in, and notice how it feels when you breathe out. Allow that focus on your breath to really kind of tie you into the present moment, the here and now. This is it. Allow all thoughts of the world, of your life, just to wash away. Breathe them out. Take this next bit of time completely for yourself. Inhale, circle your arms out and then all the way up to the sky. Get really, really tall. Exhale, draw your palms together at your heart center, eyes closed. Now I want you to just kind of check in with yourself and see what kind of energy you would like to focus on today. So setting an intention for your practice and setting your own intention. So remembering this is your practice. I'm just here to guide you. But the focus and what you bring to your practice, that's up to you. To make your practice amazing is up to you. I'm just giving you the poses. I'm just helping to guide you. But it's on you. You've got this. So, what do you want to focus on today? Do you want to focus on bringing joy into every movement and breath? Do you want to focus on letting go of stress? Do you want to focus on bringing some peace and calmness into your body and mind? Do you want to focus on strength and loving your muscles? Do you want to focus on gratitude for your body, gratitude for this moment in your life? Whatever that is, just think about it. Take a moment to think about it right now. And then really breathe it in deeply whenever you're ready. And exhale, just let it go. Non-attachment, you're just here, you're going to do your best, and that is all we can ever do. Take one more breath in. Let's commit to keeping that focus, keeping that intention, and commit to maintaining a beautiful, even breath throughout the whole practice. Beautiful. You can release your hands, blink the eyes open, and we'll come into child's pose. So you can use props under your hips, on top of the heels if you want. I'm going to have a pillow under there today. And then just fold yourself forward, bring your forehead onto the mat, arms reaching forward or back. Soften your whole body, scan the body, and notice any areas of tightness, of tension, maybe the hips, the low back, maybe the shoulders. And try and start to send your breath there. And with every breath out, kind of imagine the tension just starting to dissolve. Maintaining your beautiful, even breath and maintaining that focus, allowing your breath to be totally intentional, breathing your intention in every single moment. Choosing to fill yourself with positive energy. Now remember, child's pose is always available to you. Just as a reminder, you can always come back here at any time throughout this practice or any practice that you ever do for the rest of your life, any yoga practice. Child's pose is always an option at any time. So don't be afraid to take it when you need it. So take one more breath here, enjoy. And then bring your hands under your shoulders and press yourself up nice and slow. Sitting on your heels, take one breath, reach your arms up to the sky. Hands to your heart center, already revisiting our intention. Beautiful. Now come forward onto your hands and knees, move your pillow out of the way. Spread those fingers nice and wide, so we're moving into cat-cow. So remember, in tabletop, we want the knees stacked underneath the hips and the wrists underneath the shoulders. The wrist creases are parallel with the front of your mat or the front of your space. They're facing forward. Spread the fingers wide, lots of space between your fingers, and press into your fingertips a little bit more. Good. Lengthen the top of your head forward away from your hips, gently pulling your belly button in. Nice, beautiful, long spine. And then on your next breath in, drop your belly and pull the heart forward, lifting your gaze up for cow pose. And then go the other way, rounding your back, chin to chest. Press your hands down into the mat like an angry cat. Arch your spine. Beautiful. Flowing now with your breath between these two places. So if you're breathing faster or slower than me, it's all perfect. You're following your breath. This is your practice. Just let it feel good, gently warming up the spine, linking our movement with our breath, getting into some flow. Wherever you are, do one more full round. And then once that's done, come back to a neutral spine, press your hands down, engage your core, step your feet back one at a time, and then lift those hips high for downward facing dog. You might need to adjust your feet. They're about hip width apart. Keep pressing into your fingertips. Knees can be really bent. You could press your stomach towards your thighs, lengthen your spine, make your arms as straight as you can. And maybe you want to pedal out your feet, so pressing one heel as you bend the opposite knee. You can do that a few times, or shake your head out a little bit, or move your hips side to side. Kind of find some movement that just feels natural to you. And if nothing feels natural to you, you can just stay in a static down dog. That's perfect. If you are pedaling your feet or moving your hips, just come to a moment of pause. And then everybody lift up your heels as you breathe in, squeezing your legs. As you breathe out, roll forward into plank. We'll move through a vinyasa. So shift yourself forward, lower all the way to the ground as slowly as you can. Elbows graze your ribs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra. Lifting your chest up, elbows in, shoulders down. Stay here for an extra breath. So in and out. Inhale again. Exhale, curl back down, lengthening your spine, reaching the heart forward. And then tuck your toes, hands under your shoulders, strong core, press into tabletop. And then lift those knees and come back to down dog. Amazing. Big breath in and a big breath out. Let's do one more. So lift the heels, roll forward into plank, pull your belly button towards your spine. Shift yourself forward And then lower all the way to the ground. Your knees can be down. Untuck those toes. Lift up for cobra as you breathe in. Opening the heart. As you breathe out, curl back down. Press into your hands and make your way into down dog. So you can press up through your hands and knees, or you can press straight up into plank and then downward dog, whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling a bit stronger, then go straight into plank. Amazing. Lift your heels up, gaze forward, and then walk your feet all the way between your hands. Bend your knees a lot, root your feet into the earth. Inhale, lift up halfway. Nice, beautiful, long spine. And then as you exhale, soften your knees more and fold forward. And amazing. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, rise up to stand. Pull the belly in, squeeze the backs of your legs. Good. Reach your arms up to the sky as you breathe in. Get as tall as you can be. And then exhale, palms to your heart center. Let's do some sun salutations. Saluting this new day, saluting the sun, saluting this new moment in your life. Embracing the now. Inhale, circle your arms out and up to the sky. Maybe gaze up, arch back. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step into downward facing dog. Nice and long stance. Breathe here. Press into the fingertips. Inhale, lift your heels, strong legs. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, lower to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, breathe in some love as you open the heart. Exhale, curl down, press through your hands and knees or plank, and then down dog. Amazing. Pedal out your feet. Take a few breaths here. Committing to your breath again, remembering to breathe deeply, breathe and feel good. Breathe in positive energy. Lift those heels high, gaze between your hands, and walk your feet all the way there. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And then fold it forward. Lift up halfway again. And then exhale, rise. Nice strong core, strong back. Inhale, circle your arms out and up to the sky. Palms to your heart center as you breathe out. Check in. How are you feeling? How's your body? How's your breath? Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky and fold it forward. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Plant your hands, step into downward facing dog. As you breathe out, hips nice and high. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, plank pose, really strong core, arms straight. Shift forward and start to lower yourself all the way to the ground, following your breath. Amazing. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl down and make your way into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Lift those sit bones up towards the sky. Press your arms a little bit straighter. A beautiful long line from your wrists to your shoulders and your shoulders to your hips. Now lift the heels, gaze forward, walk or take one giant step to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway, breathe in, and then fold it forward as you breathe out, keeping that length in your spine. Amazing. Inhale halfway, root your feet down into the earth as you rise all the way up, really strong legs. Nice, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, palms to your heart center, pause. Feeling some warmth, some energy moving in your body. So good, so nice. Next breath in, reach your arms up to the sky and then fold forward. Lift up halfway. Now this time bend your knees, fingertips to the earth, send your right leg to the back of the mat, bring your knee down. Untuck the toes, press your left heel into the mat, low lunge. Hands onto your front knee, or you can reach them up to the sky, your choice. Make sure that your left foot and your back shin, they're pressing into the mat. So your legs are strong. Lift the heart, lengthen your spine, and start to sink your hips forward and down. Get a beautiful stretch for the front of your body and that right hip flexor. Maybe arch back a little bit more, and then bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toe, lift your knee up, and we'll just step the right foot forward. So we're just going to step it all the way forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, fingertips to the ground, send the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring your knee down, untuck the toes, press your right heel really strongly down, and use that strength in your leg to help your upper body rise up. Good. So now hands onto your knee or reaching up to the sky. Relax your shoulders down. No tension in the shoulders or neck. Lengthen your spine. Breathe some love into the body, into your heart, and start to sink your hips down. So good. Maybe lift the gaze up just a little bit more. Start to lean back, arch back, one more breath, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee, and step the left foot all the way forward. Yes, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Soften those knees and fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step into downward facing dog. Good, take another breath here. In, exhale out of your mouth, side out of your mouth. Make a sound. Ha, let it go. Good. So from here, bring your feet a little closer together and extend your right leg up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Good. Now, gaze next to the right thumb. Rise up onto those left toes, and then you're going to step your right foot all the way forward. Curl it into your chest and step it next to your right thumb. Wiggle it all the way up there. Good. Come up onto your fingertips. Sink the hips down. Press into your feet really, really strongly. Root them into the earth, and then rise up. Crescent lunge. Hands onto your front knee, or raise them up towards the sky. Raise the roof. Sink your hips down, and breathe here. Breathe in strength and focus. So much health and vitality. Just breathe it into your body. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into your front knee. Maybe start to lean back, arch back, only if it feels good. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Beautiful. One more breath here. You've got this. And then bring your hands down to the mat to frame your front foot. Left hand right underneath of your left shoulder. We're going to come into a twist, plot twist. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Yes. So your whole rib cage is twisting open, and your thumbs are reaching away from each other. Your chest is spread wide. Breathe here. Enjoy. Now, if this is too much, you can bring your back knee down to the ground. No worries at all. Maybe roll your chest open, twist from the belly button up, twist a little bit more. And then bring your right hand back down. Really press it into the mat. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Plank pose. Woo. Shift forward. Lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck those toes. Lift up for cobra. Breathing so much space into the front of your body and your heart. Exhale, curl down and make your way into down dog. Amazing. Take child's pose if you need, or take 3 breaths right here. If you're in child's pose, join us in down dog when you're ready. Bring the feet a little closer together, press into your fingertips, and extend your left leg up towards the sky. Both legs as straight as they can be. Nice and strong. Good. Now lift up your right heel, gaze next to the left thumb, gaze forward. Start to curl your left knee into your chest and step it next to the left thumb. Big, long lunge. Wiggle it all the way up there if you don't get there in one step. Come up onto your fingertips, sink the hips down, press your feet really firmly into the mat, and then rise up. Hands onto your knee or extending up to the sky, whatever feels best. Now breathe here. What is your intention for this practice? Breathe it in. You are so strong. Let's stay here for a little bit longer. Maybe you can bend even deeper into your front knee, sinking the hips down a little bit more, lengthening your spine up, maybe even starting to arch back. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, and your right hand will stay exactly where it is, underneath your shoulder. Left hand, twist your chest open and reach your left arm up to the sky. Good, so good. Twist the spine. Gaze up if you can. Otherwise, you can gaze down. That's totally fine. I don't want you to stress out your neck. You can always bring the back knee down, also if you did on the other side. Everything, your whole rib cage is twisting open towards the left side of your space. The breath is deep. The spine is long. Take one more breath. Take an inhale, reach, and then bring your left hand down to the mat. Press into your hands really strong. Send the left foot back, plank pose. You can go straight to down dog or child's pose, or shift yourself forward and bend the elbows, lowering slowly all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lifting up for cobra. And then downward facing dog. Curl down, press into those hands, strong core. Amazing. Big breath in, sigh it out of your mouth. Now lift the heels, bring your knees down. We will all take child's pose. So finding that balance between effort and ease, and taking rest when you need it, and sometimes forcing ourselves to take a tiny little break in our practice is so beneficial. So soften here, exhale out of your mouth, and just check in again with how you are doing. Just bringing awareness to it without judgment. Amazing. Stay in child's pose longer if you want to, no problem. Or come back into down dog. Lift your heels, gaze forward, and walk your feet all the way between your hands. Lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, and then soften your knees and fold. Root your feet down, lift up halfway, really strong core. Exhale, rise to stand. Inhale, circle your arms out and up to the sky, and then palms to heart center. Amazing. Let's turn sideways on the mat, or if you don't have a mat, then just open up your legs nice and wide. Your feet are parallel. Bend your knees a little bit, and then press them straight and press into the outer edges of your feet. So your legs are really switched on. They're nice and engaged. Extend your arms out to the side, lengthen your spine up. Now palms face forward, fingers are spread wide. Look at my fingers. They're not just like limp. They're energized and activated. Yes, there's like a shooting star. Press through your arms, through the crown of your head, and through both of your feet, and everything's just kind of shooting out from the center of your body, really engaged. Now start to press your chest a little bit forward and press your hands back until you start to feel a nice stretch across your chest. Keep the feet pressing into the mat. Breathe here. So energized, so strong, so alive and present. Amazing. Release your hands down to your sides and then behind the back, interlace them. Lift up the chest, lift up your gaze, squeeze your elbows and shoulder blades towards each other and your palms. And then you can soften your knees, fold forward from the hips and bring your hands overhead. So keep the legs strong. And send the breath into the tight places wherever you're feeling this the most, like the inner groins, inner thighs, the hamstrings, the shoulders, the low back. There's like so many things going on, so just send your breath there. And breathe out some tension. Let something go. Amazing. Gently release your hands down to the mat. Lift up halfway. Come up onto your fingertips if you need to try and get your torso parallel with the ground. Now bring your left fingertips or palm underneath your face, so right at center, keeping your legs strong. Twist your chest open towards the right, and then gently reach your right arm up to the sky. Keep those fingers activated, yes? Beautiful. So twisting the spine, the legs are strong. The breath is deep and filled with intention and positive energy. One more breath. And then gently release your right hand back down to the mat. Take a breath here and kind of wiggle your right hand or fingertips to center, so right underneath your face. Engage the legs, lengthen your spine, pull your belly in a little bit, and then twist your chest towards the left as you extend your left arm up to the sky. Deepen your breath. Can you engage your feet a little bit more? Just twisting the spine, cleansing the body with every single breath. Enjoy it. Amazing. Take a big breath in, maybe twist a little more, and then bring your left hand all the way down. Good. Just fold in as much as you can. Fold your chest towards the floor. Nice. And then lift up halfway. Press into the feet more. Really engage your hamstrings and your outer thighs. You can bring your hands either out to the sides or to your hips. Lengthen the spine, and then nice and slow start to rise with a flat back, squeezing your legs, pulling your belly button towards your spine until you are all the way up. Standing. Good. Release your arms down, just shake it out. Take a big breath in. Side out of your mouth. Nice. So now we'll move into Warrior 2. We did this before. So spin the left toes out. So your heel to heel alignment. You might need to widen your stance, depending. Take a look at your left knee, start to bend it, tracking it over your second toe, and then extend your arms out to a T. Good. So sink the right side of your pelvis down a little bit more. And gaze beyond your left fingertips. So your chest and your hips are facing the side, but your gaze is forward. Press into the outer edge of your back foot more, engaging that whole leg, your back leg, nice and strong. You're bending up to 90 degrees in that front knee, maybe making your thigh bone parallel with the floor, maybe not. It's all good. Just breathe in some strength. You are strong. And then we'll straighten that leg. Amazing. Spin the toes in. We'll go straight to the other side. So spin the right toes out, 90 degrees. Your feet are at. Gaze down at your right knee and your second toe. Start to bend your knee, tracking it over your second toe, so it's kind of pressing more towards the outer edge of your foot. It's not collapsing in. Now reach your arms out to a T. Sink the hips down, especially the left side of your pelvis. Gaze beyond your right fingertips and stay focused. Breathe strength into your muscles. And also find a little bit of ease in this place. Press into both feet, so really root them into the mat. Engage all of the leg muscles. You are so strong. Amazing. One more breath. You've got this. Maybe bend deeper. And then straighten your right leg. Good. Spin those toes in. Relax your arms down for a moment. Shake out the shoulders. So we're going to go back to the left side. So spin those left toes out. Extend the arms. Now start to bend into your knee, pressing it wide. The hips are kind of pressing forward to the way your chest is. The outer leg is strong, your back leg is strong. Now flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. So we're going to slide the right fingertips lightly down your back leg as you reach up and then back with your left hand. So your right hand is really light. We don't want to be pressing on the leg or the knee joint at all. Like you're high-fiving someone behind you with this left hand. You're reaching up and back, and it's like, woo! Keep a nice deep bend in your front knee. Get a beautiful stretch for the left side of your waist and under the armpit and the whole arm. Now come back to warrior two, and we'll come into side angle. So bring your left elbow onto your knee. Take the right hand, sweep it down towards the earth and then forward, and then roll your chest open towards the side as your arm comes alongside your ear. So now you're making this beautiful long line from your right fingertips down the whole right side of your body to the outer edge of your right foot. Don't collapse too much into your left elbow. Keep it fairly light. I know your legs might be getting tired, but it's all good. Your core is really strong. Your legs are really strong. Reach the right arm forward more. Bend deeper into your left knee. Take one more breath here. Amazing. Press into your feet. Rise up. Warrior two if you can. And then straighten your left leg. Arms come down. Spin those left toes in. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out of your mouth. Let something go. Next side. Spin the right toes out. Reach your arms and start to bend into that knee, warrior two. So gazing beyond the right fingertips again. Legs really, really strong, and we'll reverse the warrior. So flip the front palm to face up. Start to kind of lean back. Slide your left fingertips lightly down your back leg as you reach up and back with your right hand. Keep a nice deep bend in your front knee. I know, it's probably burning. It's all good. You're high-fiving someone behind you imaginarily. Sink the left side of your hips down a little bit more. One more breath, enjoy, and then back to warrior two. Woo, you've got this. Right elbow comes down to your right knee. Sweep your left hand down, maybe touch the ground, reach it forward, roll your chest and hips open towards the side, right alongside your ear. Gaze up if you can. Reach your left fingertips forward, get a beautiful long line down your whole body. Feet are pressing into the mat, really strong. Your core is engaged, you're not collapsing. You're active and strong and focused and breathing as quickly as you need to bring in that energy into the body. The right hip is tucking underneath the body. A little bit more. Roll the chest open towards the sky. Yes, so good. Press into the feet. Warrior two. Rise up. Woo, and straighten your front leg. Spin those toes in. Relax your arms down. And then heel toe your feet all the way together. And sigh it out of your mouth. Amazing. So from here, we're going to move into a standing balance. So gaze down at your left toes and lift up all of the toes, engaging the muscles in your feet, and then release them back down, trying to spread them wide, but just kind of rooting into all four corners of your feet. Really strong, rooting down. Bring all of the weight into your left leg, make it strong. And now take your right foot, the sole of your foot, to the inside of your left leg. So we're coming into tree pose. So maybe you can just do it on your calf. Maybe you need to have your toes on the ground and just have the sole of your foot on your ankle. Or maybe you can kind of grab your ankle if your hips are open and find your balance. And then the sole of your foot can come onto your inner thigh, as high up as you can. Press the right knee out wide, opening up the hips. The left leg is really strong. And then bring your hands to your heart center, or if you'd rather, you can reach them straight up, or have them together, or up to the sides, whatever feels good. Make sure that your foot is not on your knee joint. It's above or below the knee joint. Now, press your foot and your leg in towards each other. If your hands are together, press them into each other, kind of squeezing all of your muscles into the center line of your body and up, and that'll help you kind of balance a little bit more. It also helps if you find a point of focus on the floor in front of you and stare at it and focus on it and allow that to be your whole world. So when the gaze is steady, then the body and mind can be steady as well. Lengthen your spine up as you root that left foot down. Steady the breath, steady the mind. Just do your very best here. If you fall, it's all good. If you're wobbling, that's totally fine. If you fall, just do your best, come back. You can always be gently, lightly resting your toes on the floor if the balance is really off today. No worries. What is your intention? What is your focus for today? Breathe that in. Amazing. You can release your arms down. You can hold onto your ankle and just release that right foot all the way down to the mat. Maybe shake out your left leg. Shake out your limbs, your tree limbs. And we'll just go straight to the other side. So lift up your right toes. Engage your feet, or that right foot, and then place the toes back down. Root into the four corners of your feet. Root into the four corners of your foot. Bring all the weight into your right leg. Strengthen it nice and strong. And then lift up your left toes. Maybe just bringing the sole of your foot onto your ankle, lightly resting your toes there. You can bring your palms to your heart center or reach them up. Or you could bring your foot just below your knee joint. Notice how that is. Press the left knee wide. Or maybe you can lift it up higher, grab onto your ankle, and then bring the sole of your foot as high up onto your inner thigh as you can. Good. Press the left knee open towards the side. Root your right foot into the mat. And now choose whatever kind of branches, arm position you want for your tree today. Squeeze everything to the center line, to the midline of your body. Squeeze it in and up. Get taller. Find your focus. Amazing. You're doing so good. Just keep breathing. Stay focused. Breathe nice and deep. Stay calm. And if you fall, don't judge yourself. Don't get mad at yourself. It's all good. It's just a yoga pose. You're just doing your very best and you're doing perfectly. So just keep it up. No judgment. It's all good. Because even if you're falling today, it doesn't feel like anything's happening, the body is learning from those little wobbles that's happening in your muscles, and it's going to get easier the more and more that you do it. Maybe press the left knee out wider, press your right foot more firmly into the mat, lengthen your spine up a little bit more. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Amazing. You can gently release your arms down. Maybe hold onto your ankle if it's high, and then release it gently down to the ground. Shake out your left foot, shake out your right foot, shake out all of your feet, shake out all your limbs. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and exhale, sigh it out of your mouth. Releasing your tree pose, whatever did or did not happen, it's already in the past. So come back to the front of your mat if you have a mat. And reach your arms up to the sky. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Get so long. Exhale, fold forward. Letting something go. Breathe it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step into downward facing dog as you breathe out. Now lift up your heels, gaze forward. We're going to come into lizard lunge. We did this yesterday. So gaze to the outer edge of your right hand, and you're going to step your right foot all the way there. Woo! One giant step, or take a bunch of little steps. Now you can bring your back knee down. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Start to sink your hips down. Woo! Lift up your right toes. Press that foot into the mat. Maybe roll a little bit more to the outer edge, or just kind of more weight to the outer edge of your foot. Relax your neck, relax your shoulder muscles, and start to kind of press your chest down towards the mat. If you're feeling really open, come down onto your forearms. All good. If you're feeling really strong, you can lift your back knee up and really strengthen that back leg. But otherwise, just keep the knee down on the ground and keeping the spine long. Lower your chest, your whole torso towards the floor. Big breath out, releasing some tension, whether that's physical or emotional, releasing some tension from your hips, from the lower body. Filling that new space with whatever energy you choose. Amazing. So press into your hands, press into your feet, and lift your hips up nice and strong. Now more weight into your hands, and see if you can step your right foot back into down dog. If you need to wiggle it there, or it's not feeling graceful today, no problem. Nice deep breath in, and then a deep breath out of your mouth. Good. Lift the heels, gaze forward, now to the outer edge of your left hand. Get nice and light on your left toes and see if you can step it all the way forward, or just wiggle it all the way there and bring your back knee down. So lift up the left toes for a second, bring a little more weight to the outer edge of your foot, and just keep your foot strong. Root it down into the mat. Now lengthen your spine and start to lower your chest towards the earth, towards the ground, keeping your spine long. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your present moment. Stay focused and aware of how your body is reacting, how your mind is reacting, and see if you can choose to respond in a way that serves you. So we don't want thoughts like, oh, I'm so inflexible. Oh, this is so hard. If that's your natural reaction, that's okay, but maybe we can start to reframe that and say, oh, what a good challenge this is for me. I'm starting today to create more flexibility and mobility in my body, and that's really exciting. Everyone has to start somewhere. This is where I am today, and it's perfect. Beautiful. So press into your feet more. Press them down, lift the hips up, press into your hands as well. The back leg's really strong, and start to get lighter on your left foot. See if you can send it to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in, and let it go. Lift the heels. We'll move through one little vinyasa. So roll forward into plank. Shift forward strong, core strong, arms lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, lifting up for cobra, toenails down. And then curl the heart back down and make your way into downward facing dog. So continuing on this nice deep hip opening, we did all these stretches yesterday, and we're going to do them again because the hips are one of those things that always seem to be tight. So we'll try three-legged dog again. Bring your legs closer together, and then reach your right leg up towards the sky. Now lift up the left heel, gaze towards your right thumb, start to curl your right knee into your chest, and then step it next to your right thumb. Wiggle it all the way forward if you need to. Bring the back knee down, come up onto your fingertips. Start to wiggle your right foot across the mat. Now, you want your shin to come down, knee right behind your right wrist. If the hips are quite lifted and they're feeling tight, slide a pillow underneath your right hip. If you're feeling looser, you can slide the left knee further back down your space to lower your hips more, and then you'll get a deeper stretch. So your heel can be right underneath the hips, or it can be right next to your left wrist. Keep your right toes active, nice and strong, just lightly kind of spreading, pressing into the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen your spine. You can stay lifted or fold all the way forward. Maybe you can stack your fists and rest your forehead on them, allowing your neck muscles and shoulder muscles to relax. Use your breath to release. You can exhale out of your mouth. Let something go. Breathe out some stress, some tension. Breathe it out of your mouth. Breathe it out of your hips, out of your whole body. Let it go. Right here and now, everything is perfect. So breathe in into that new space. Breathe in your intention, that energy you're focusing on today. Fill that. Fill your body up with that. Fill your mind and your thoughts up with positive, uplifting thoughts that make you feel good. soften your jaw and your shoulders. Take 2 more full breaths here. Get a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more melting down. Amazing. And then slowly start to come up onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, press into your hands and your back foot. And lift your hips up, slide the back knee closer to you. Good. Now you can slowly slide your right knee back into tabletop pose. Take a breath here. And then extend your right leg straight back. And then curl it in. And then extend it back. And then curl it in. And then tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Amazing. Big breath in, sigh it out of your mouth. So good. Feet a little bit closer together. Reach your left leg up towards the sky as straight as you can. Start to lift up your right heel way high. Gaze forward next to the left thumb. Curl your left knee into your chest. Come forward and then step that foot next to the left thumb. Wiggle it all the way up there. Bring your back knee down. Come up onto the fingertips and wiggle your left foot across the mat. Shin will come down. Use a prop under the left hip if you need to. If you're feeling open, slide the right knee further down the mat to sink your hips further down. Press into the fingertips and lift your heart up. Activate your left toes, stabilizing your knee joint. We want all the stress of this pose to be in that left hip. Lift up your spine, your heart. Breathe in some love into your whole body. And then exhale, fold forward just as much as the body allows. You can stack your fists or use a block or pillows to rest your forehead on. Soften the jaw, soften all of those facial muscles. Send the breath into the tight places where you're feeling this, which is probably the left outer hip. But anywhere else, if there's any other areas where you're kind of unconsciously holding tension, just scan the body, be aware of it, and then consciously choose to start letting that tension melt away. Deepen your breath, deepen your awareness of what you are experiencing right now. Take a deep breath out of your mouth if you need to. Amazing. Let's come up onto the hands. Nice and slow. Take your time. Tuck the back toes under. Press into your hands in the back foot. Lift the hips. Slide the back knee forward. And then you can slide your left knee to meet your right. Adjust your hands and knees coming into tabletop. Breathe here. Exhale out of your mouth. And then extend your left leg straight back. Curl it in and do that again. Good. Now you can take one more down dog if you'd like, or just cross your ankles, flip over your feet and come into seated. So today we're going to do butterfly. So the soles of the feet will come together and your knees will go wide. Just take a hand to your low back, and if your low back is rounded and your hips are kind of pointing backwards, the top of your hips, see if you can sit up straight. If you cannot, sit up on a pillow, please, for your own health and goodness. Lift up those hips, no worries. Draw the heels in as close to the pelvis as you can. You can hold onto your ankles, or if you are tighter, just have your fingertips behind you, pressing into the mat, or a block or pillow. Just keeping your spine long. And if you're feeling a little bit of a stretch in your inner thighs, maybe even the low back or anywhere else, just breathe here. If you can, fold forward, lift up your spine first, and with a long spine, leading with your heart, start to come forward. So don't just round your back and try and get your nose to your toes. If you were super completely open, it would actually be more like your chest to your toes, not your nose. You want your nose to be like way out here. Okay? So keep your spine long and then just come forward to a place where you are feeling a good stretch and pause there and breathe into it. Breathing out some tension. Breathing in some love and compassion into your body for wherever you are today. Breathe in some knowingness that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And that you are enough, you are whole and complete exactly as you are and exactly where you are. Amazing. Come all the way up. Take your hands to your knees and bring them together, and then extend your legs straight out in front of you. So if you are sitting up on something, you should probably stay there. If you're not, then you might not need to. Just grab your butt cheeks and kind of scooch them back so that the sit bones are scooching back and your pelvis is tilting forward. Your spine is long. The knees can even be bent. Your fingertips can be on the ground behind you. Or reach your arms up to the sky, nice long spine. Start to fold forward, leading with your heart. Now trying to get your heart or your nose towards your toes. So if you can grab onto your calves or the floor or maybe even the sides of your feet and kind of pull your chest forward. You could also use a strap, which could be a shirt or a scarf or anything, and wrap it around your feet. And then use that. That's a really good way to come and get a deeper stretch while keeping the spine long, especially if you're tighter. So if you have something around you, could use that. And then wherever you are now, close your eyes and just bring all awareness inside and soften the whole body and just be here now. Saturate this moment and every breath with positive energy, with softness, with ease. Amazing. Come all the way up if you folded forward. So beautiful. And then you can actually come all the way onto your back. Come onto your back and bend your knees with your feet flat on the floor. You can kind of take the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Allow your knees to drop in on each other, arms at your side. Let's just take a few breaths here. Kind of allowing the low back to release, allowing the hips to kind of sink down. Good. Now make your knees and your feet hip-width apart, so feet fairly close to your buttocks. Now bend your elbows, palms facing each other, fingers spread wide. We're coming into bridge pose, so a heart opener, back bend. Press your elbows into the mat, the back of your head into the mat, and your feet, especially the heels, down, and then start to lift up, kind of tucking the tailbone down, curling your hips up towards the sky. Lift your chin away from your chest, keeping the spine long, the heart open. And if you have healthy, happy shoulders, you can release your arms down, straight, and then interlace them underneath the back. Roll one shoulder and the other towards center, and then press your hands down as you also press your feet down into the mat to lift those hips even higher. Deepen your breath, deepen your smile, and we'll just be here a few more moments. Don't let the knees splay out too much. You want to keep them hip width apart. Imagine there's a block in between your knees So squeeze that imaginary block, lift the hips 1 centimeter higher, and then if your hands are interlaced, release them, coming back to robot arms or elbows bent at 90 degrees, and then very slowly start to lower the hips down, curling the tailbone down so you feel each vertebrae of your spine, and then your hips will slowly eventually lower to the ground. Pause here, don't curl your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to a T and allow both knees to drop over to the left. Good, you can slide a pillow underneath the knees if they're really far away from the ground. Gaze can be up or now to the right to kind of complete the twist. And then just soften here, breathe into the spine, breathe into your hips, breathe into your heart. Amazing, bring your head back to center and then your knees back to center. And then we'll drop them over to the other side. Again, you could have a pillow underneath the knees. Your gaze can drop over to the left or just have it upright. Relax both shoulders down into the mat. Feel that beautiful twist in your spine. We're gently detoxifying with every breath as we're like wringing out the internal organs in this deep twist. Stay present. Stay here. Amazing. And now bring your knees back to center and your gaze back to center. And then pull your knees into your chest. Either wrap your hands around your shins or behind the knees if that feels better. And just gently rock side to side with those knees. You could even draw little circles with the knees a couple times each way, kind of massaging out the low back, getting the spine, bringing it back to neutral. Good, and then pause at center, and you're going to curl yourself up, so lift your head and shoulder blades off of the mat, curl yourself up into a tiny little ball, give your legs a squeeze, and then release your arms and legs, and come to lay on your back for what we call Shavasana, or corpse pose. So this is the final resting pose of our practice, and it is the most important pose, in my opinion, of the practice. Take your feet at least a little bit wider than hip width apart, and then just gently rock them in and out a few times, the feet. And then relax them and allow them to flop kind of wherever they do. Your arms are at your sides, palms face up. The chest is nice and open and your spine is long. Now take a deep final breath in here, filling up your lungs, breathing into the belly, pausing at the top of your breath and holding your breath. Maybe you can breathe in a tiny bit more air, and then exhale out of your mouth. Let something go side out, make a sound, let it go completely, and feel your body kind of just sink in and start to relax. So now close your eyes if they're not already closed. And there's nothing to do here, but just breathe and be relaxed. Allow all of your muscles to soften. Allow your bones to get really heavy. Feel your whole body completely supported by the ground beneath you. In corpse pose, Shavasana, we give our bodies and our minds a chance to assimilate and absorb all of the benefits from our practice. So all this beautiful energy and positivity and goodness that we've been focusing on, and all this strength that we've been giving our muscles, we now just let all of that kind of settle in by just being completely still and not really doing anything but allowing a lot to happen. So just a little bit longer, we're just going to be in silence and just try to remain still, remain completely relaxed. Your thoughts are calm. Allow yourself just to be here. So good for your nervous system, for your whole body, mind, soul unit. Just dip into this beautiful stillness. Let go even more. Just allow yourself to sink in. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be, but right here. Without moving anything, just start to deepen your breath. Allow the next breath to be deeper and fuller, breathing into the low belly. And notice how just by changing your breathing, there's like this inflow of energy into your body. Continue deepening your breath, breathing in that new energy. As you start to bring some movement, just gentle movement to your fingers, your toes, even kind of roll out your wrists or your ankles. Move your head side to side. Keep deepening your breath the whole time. And then as you're ready, you can take a deep breath in and reach your arms overhead away from your toes, like this full body good morning wake up stretch. You're waking up from your corpse pose as a new version of yourself. Yeah, so big beautiful breath in, energizing the body. And then when that's done, you can bend your knees and roll over to one side. Use your arm as a pillow. Pause here. Just let that energy settle, and if there is anything else that you're kind of holding on to mentally, physically, just take a moment here, sigh it out, and leave it behind. Let it go. You do not need to be holding on to that anymore. So with that gone, staying nice and relaxed, now press into your hands, come up feeling lighter and brighter as this new beautiful version of yourself. And then grab your pillow and find a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out of your mouth. And now just allow the breath to be natural. Come back check in with you. Enjoy this beautiful feeling of calmness, of peace. Really grounded, centered, whole. Maybe some feelings of deep inner joy. And just enjoy that for one more moment in stillness. And know that this beautiful feeling that you have right now is always available to you. It's always there, this deep joy, this deep peace. It's always within us. We just need to kind of tap into it and peel away the layers that are hiding it, which the yoga practice can help us do, but we have to do the work. On a big breath in, circle your arms, reach them out and all the way up to the sky. Super energizing breath. Exhale, palms to your heart center. Gently bowing your head, honoring yourself for taking this time to try something new, to nurture your body and mind in a new way. The light that is within me honors and bows to the light that is within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. All right, thank you so much, everyone. You did it. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments below how you're feeling, how this class was for you, if it was challenging, if it was easy, which parts were hard, which parts you enjoyed the most, how your Shavasana was, if that was your first ever Shavasana. That's really the reason we all do yoga, is for the Shavasana at the end, because it's the best. So let me know. I would really love to hear from you. I would encourage you to just take a moment now, and if you've been doing this every day for the past 8 days, check in. You're like, how am I feeling? How did this go? Is this something that I want to continue, that I want to make a part of my life? And if it is, then that's amazing, and I have quite a few other free videos on my channel if you are enjoying my teaching style. A lot of them are a bit more intermediate, but some are definitely beginner friendly. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Hopefully one day we will practice together in the flesh somewhere on this beautiful planet. In the meantime, have a beautiful day. Shine your light with the world, and hopefully I will see you again.